For friends, an annual camping trip, a sacred ritual. Mark, the cautious leader, Chloe, the free-spirited artist, Ben, the cynical joker, and Sarah, the quiet nature lover. This year, they chose Whispering Woods, a place famous for its unmarked trails and the strange, low hum that sounded like hushed voices. On their second day, Sarah, chasing a deer trail, promised them a hidden waterfall. Ben grumbled about getting lost, but the allure of the unknown was too strong. As they ventured deeper, the sun vanished, swallowed by a thick canopy of interwoven branches. The air grew still, and that strange humming sound became a distinct whisper. Is it just me, or is the whispering getting louder? Chloe asked, her voice tight with unease. Mark glanced at his GPS, but the screen was dead. Signal's gone, he said, his face grim. The trail they'd followed had disappeared behind them, replaced by a bewildering maze of identical trees. Panic began to creep in. Then, a new sound cut through the silence. A single, clear whisper, seeming to come from right behind them. Ben ... double quotes, he spun around, eyes wide. Did you hear that? It sounded like ... my mom? Then they all heard it. A chorus of faint, intimate whispers, each calling to a specific person, speaking familiar phrases only their loved ones would know. They tried to ignore it, but the voices grew louder, more insistent, preying on their deepest fears and regrets. Mark heard his father's voice scolding him. Chloe heard a secret she'd only shared with her best friend. Ben finally snapped. This is just some weird echo, a trick of the mind. I'm not listening. In an instant, the whispering stopped. A deafening silence fell. Then, a loud, tearing sound. A massive branch splintered and crashed down right where Ben had been standing. He'd leapt away just in time, but the close call left him trembling. Etched into the bark of the fallen branch was a message. It doesn't like being ignored. They ran. The whispers returned, no longer loving, but mocking, malicious, laughing at their fear. You'll never leave, the voices taunted in unison. Suddenly, the woods opened into a clearing, bathed in an otherworldly moonlight. In the center stood a huge, gnarled tree, its branches twisted into grotesque, hand-like shapes. At its base, woven into the roots, were the desiccated remains of other campers, their faces frozen in silent screams. As the friends stared in horror, new whispers rose, not from the trees, but from the mouths of the dead. Don't let it take my voice ... double quotes a final, terrible whisper floated from the tree itself, a single command directed at the forest. Speak. The woods fell silent. Then, a low, inhuman hum emerged from the person standing right next to Mark. It was Chloe. Her eyes were empty, her mouth open, and from her lips rose a whisper that wasn't her own. In a perfect, mocking imitation of her free-spirited voice, it spoke. This place ... it's a tapestry, woven from everything that's been lost here. Ben staggered back. Chloe, stop. That's not you. The thing wearing Chloe's face smiled, but I am. I'm all the parts of her that wanted to stay forever, a branch snaked out from the gnarled tree, coiling around her wrist. We all want to stay. Mark and Ben grabbed Sarah and ran, leaving the possessed Chloe behind, her stolen voice weaving a new, terrifying song with the whispers of the woods. The whispers chased them, but now it was only Chloe's voice, her laughter, her singing, her very essence being repurposed into a new form of torment. They finally burst from the trees, collapsing onto a paved road as the sun set. They were safe, or so they thought. A clear, ringing chime cut through their gasps for air. It came from Ben's backpack. A small silver bell, a good luck charm from his mother, had been silent the whole trip. It chimed again, and then, in a perfect imitation of the bell's chime, a whisper came. It was Chloe's voice, speaking a memory only Ben's mother would know. Don't forget to tie your shoes, Ben. Ben's head snapped up in horror. The forest hadn't just taken Chloe's voice. It had taken her memories, her life, and it had learned them. They had escaped the woods, but the woods, in a stolen voice and a borrowed memory, had already found a way to follow them home. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more terrifying tales. Stay safe out there.